Hello, this is Arden here, and it is the 19th of December when I'm recording this. It's been about 5 years since I started making music, and it's been roughly 7 years since I started being on YouTube, which is the channel that I'm uploading this to. And it's been a long journey, I'd say. Back when I started, back when I didn't. I began making music 2019 September. I found out that it would be pretty cool to make wolf remixes, which is basically like the Roblox dev song when you kind of die in Roblox. Is like oof, and they made it into like a song where they took like normal songs and then they took the oof song, mashed them together, and kind of make it like that. And it was a pretty cool concept, and I did love the idea, so I decided to make that. So I did actually start producing before I actually composed in about January, because I did post in February. I started trying to compose a song, and that song was called Peaceful Self. I'm not sure that I can edit it in. I probably won't edit this, but that was my first ever song. And at the time, I didn't really know how to compose much, so I was really, really happy that I could even compose in the first place. That's kind of how it went out. And after that, I made Sketch. Sketch was also another simplistic song by my today's standards, which is still pretty decent and all that, but it is considered quite and one of the more blender kinds, as it does get repetitive, even though there is quite a lot of progression there that I probably actually even need to use to this day, but I haven't gotten to it. um, After those two songs, I ended up making CDE, which is an unlisted song. It is also inside the song list in the YouTube playlist, which you can find on my YouTube channel if you want to. And I did make another song, which I don't even know the name of anymore. I have like 100 songs under my name. And after that, I it was around this time where it was in 2022, and I was at a place where I'm 19 now. Back then I was 17. I was going through Malaysia, I was going through SPM, and my parents took away my devices, so I didn't. Good on them too, because if that didn't happen, then I wouldn't be here today. Because I'm a bit useless. uh, After that, I kind of learned how to put piece by piece, note by note, and I kind of started being able to play better music. I started being able to write, started being able to draw better. I'm still bad at drawing. I tried to sing, but as you could tell, even though I have been singing for like a year or so, it's not been so good. And some people have been also telling me that I shouldn't be making music on mobile because it is quite limiting. It's recommended to be on PC, but I don't have the money to do that. It's not that bad, honestly. It's just a bit slow compared to like the speed where it goes really fast for PC stuff. But honestly, other than that, and some smaller features that don't exist on mobile, I don't really think it's that bad of a thing. Moving on from that, 2023 began. I had to find a job, two jobs actually, and I started making music on my older iPad. My older iPad had 32 gigabytes storage, so it didn't really store that much. And I made my first boss battle, which is the battle against fate. That has really put, or at least the battle against fate is one of the most overused melodies that I use, aside from like several others, but it does have like a lot of relevancy between my previous songs, like Battle Against Fate, Fate's Retrial, and then Duel Against the Origin on the third part. And it does tie a lot together, like the end. And then there's this one on the SoundCloud that I don't really remember, that there is like a new beginning kind of song. And then after that there is my 150 subscriber special, or 100 subscriber special. And then those things tie together. So I'm really grateful that I got to be able to make those melodies back when I didn't have any devices. Because if I didn't, I probably wouldn't be here now, if I'm being honest. Because then I realized how to make my own melodies, and yeah. Speaking of making music, if you have listened to my music, I have been using a lot and a lot of reverb. It's kind of like making a lot and a lot of room. And yeah, I abuse it. It's hard to mix. I'm gonna be honest. I don't even know how to mix. If you ask me how to mix, I would just say, just listen to it, hope for the best. If you can't hear any of this thing, then you just adjust it. Go, 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 go. And that's kind of like that. And anyways, in 2023, I made my first symphony, Against Apocalypse, which took, I would say, 200 plus hours and about 2 months. I did make other songs in the side, but it did take 2 hours, 2 months, anyways. And I made 27 songs that year, compared to my four for the entirety of my career before then, which is like 2 years roughly. And after that, this year, by the time I'm recording this, it should be 65. I'm not sure when I'm uploading this either, but it should by right be 65. Or even more. I'm not so sure. I have made 6 symphonies now, 5 of which are released before 2025, and one more will be released on the 1st of January. That one is a 1 hour long symphony. Took me, let's say, 3 weeks of my time, and I did put considerable effort into it. Even while I was sick, actually, I fell sick and I still did it because, well, I'm a bit into music now, and yeah, it's been a long year, it's been a long run. I didn't know I would come here. I didn't even know I could make stuff like this, honestly. Every time I go into music stuff, it just comes like me. And I just take a look back and just wonder, I don't know how I did this. I don't know how I can keep up with this. Because some of the stuff are really one of a kind. Like Against Apocalypse, the mixing is bad, kinda, but it's still one of the things that I would really just wonder how I could make it. Or I don't know what to put here. MP3, which is a song I didn't know what to name it by. That one has really nice vocal or its chorus in it, And there's a lot more too, like Fallen from Grace. That one is also quite good for the amount of effort put into it. And yeah, I make music on an iPad. It is actually the one that's being what is recording me right now. And this is my room. Then I make music in, literally. If you want to see, this is the room tour. This is where I work. Usually, I'm sorry for the bad camera, but that place, I would take the pillows, maybe put them on my lap and just make music. But that's kind of what I do. That is my, this is where I make music from, and this is where I make music in. I can also make music on my phone and stuff, but I generally don't because the performance of my phone is a bit bad. And to tie it all up, this is my headphone. This is my headphones. It's the Sony brand. It's InZone H3. Some people told me to upgrade from this. I'm not sure whether it's because of this that I can't hear some of the clipping that some people notice, or maybe it's my iPad, or maybe it's just me being bad, which is probably the most likely case. Currently, I believe this year has been fruitful. My Spotify at the time of recording this has blown up since September actually. Actually did my first release in September, where I had like 5 listeners from September to October, roughly around there. And in October I had 32 streams. In November that spiked to 32 listeners and 7,886 streams. And I didn't know, I couldn't even comprehend how much that was, because I had like 30 views like per day maximum. That's like 1,000 views a month on my YouTube. And based on my recent releases, I'm also kind of flabbergasted at how some of these things are like really just blowing up beyond what I thought was possible. And I would really like to thank everyone who has watched my music, everyone who has given me compliments, everyone, even people who gave me insults. Honestly, I really don't mind people giving me insults, so long as it's something that I can learn from, something that I can take and get useful stuff from. I really don't mind, because some people have actually told me that, the music sound, my mixing is a bit bland. I've been working on it. It's not great yet, but I've been working on it. It's honestly something that I need to improve on, honestly. I understand that fact, and the fact that I haven't really been improving that much, in my own opinion. I don't know how much I've improved in terms of mixing, but 1 year, 2024, 60 plus songs. That is all I could ever ask for, honestly. I have a job, so this is kind of just a hobby, and I really do love music. Nothing is going to stop me. Maybe probably if I die. I don't know. I don't want to jinx myself there. But my goal is 5,000 songs and at least 550 to 500 symphonies. That is my life goal. Whatever I do in the meantime, whether I go and do anything like that, doesn't really matter. But to summarize it, 2024. I'll see you next year. I'll probably post some more But until next time, goodbye.